Hi, everyone. It's Kristin Sullivan with Just As Planned Wedding Podcast. And I'm so excited today to have my friend and colleague here with us from Nashville. Hi, Jennifer Edwards. How are you?
I'm lovely. Thank you so much.
I am so blessed to have met you during the Retreat Yourself in Nashville last month and came across your stunning products, your amazing energy. And we now have this fabulous little collaboration going together, which is just, I love it when the universe lines things up. And that's what happened for us. So brides that are watching, if you have this goal of having this amazing bachelorette party or these gifts for your friends and families, you need to watch this and we need to connect you with Jennifer. So we're going to give you a little sneak peek in a minute, but Jen, I'm going to let you just give a little background about you also have an event planning background. So this is why we get together so well.
Right. Well, and also how I relate so well to our audience here, because I have been a floral and event designer for 20 years, and I owned my own company for 10 of those years. And before that, I was in television and film, designing weddings for television and film. And so I've done all the gamut. It's so interesting. And so, but what I love about it is the personal side of it, right? And when I went through my 2020, panic and pivot, what I realized is I wanted to do something that garnered meaning and the closeness and the connections. And I thought, for one thing, I wanted to connect my community of planners and designers who were struggling. And then I thought, you know what? People are planning their weddings too, and they're stressing out for way more reasons than we already had to stress out. And the thing is, we want these to not be stressful situations. Wedding, you should be in your highest vibration, right? And enjoying the love and all the things that we should be focused on. So I was like, how can I use my gifts to bring that together? And so, of course, I'm also a yogi. And I thought, okay, yogi, designer, let's marry those two things, right? And my love of brides and just that marriage, and the concept and what we're there for, and getting back together, bringing our friends back together, our families. And so I was like, well, 5615. That's how that was born. And I was like, I would want to bring people together that haven't been together for a while, right? And we're kind of learning how to reconnect. And a lot of times that means different friend groups. It means, different family members, obviously from, two different bride and groom. And it's like, what's a way that we can have something that doesn't have to be forced conversations, right? That creates conversations. So let's do a yoga practice, and then let's make something. Bring our creators in, because of course, Nashville particularly, people come in from all over the world, to experience all the cool creators that we have in town. And sometimes people don't get those opportunities, and this is a way to do that. And something I don't think people probably think of, oh, sure, we could do one of those cute little picnics, this cool little vibe, right? And then we can make something, which is why, how I came up with this steak, the Swoon and Smolder stage. And if I can show
please.
I have my little darling here. Okay. This one, she's a bit fabulous. And why I wanted to
she's so cute
is because I know we'll have the ones that we have in the Blessed boxes, but this is a sample of a custom version. And because one of my thoughts is that you take either your bouquet flowers after the wedding, or we create these with your bridal party at a vibe, and you use the colors from your wedding, or we just have a bunch of different ones and you create your own. But look how precious this little thing is.
It's so pretty. I know you're a floral designer too, so obviously it's gorgeous, but it looks like a little mini wedding cake when you twirl it.
Isn't that cute? I know. I'm just in love with her. And the fun thing is, it's we have it's Rococo Dutch tulips and rose petals, and then the cutest little ruffle out of many carnations. I mean,
It's beautiful, beautiful.
I'm so in love with her, and I'm actually using her this weekend. I'm doing my first half marathon, and I'll be blessing all of our running shoes.
Oh,
So,
that's so great.
well, and that also brings me to, we do that with bridal shoes, like taking all your bridal party and blessing everyone's shoes, obviously blessing the bride and groom, and making that part of the ceremony, and and even the bridal path. Like, there's so many things that, in ways that you can bring this all the way through your planning process and your ceremony, and then into your new life. And so,
I love it.
But anyway, and creating new traditions with your partner is so important. And so to have this is something maybe that you work into if you already do a meditation, your daily meditation, and if it's made up of your favorite flowers or whatever that is, that's just another way to reconnect with each other on a daily basis. So
I love it. I love it. And just incorporating the bridal path. I mean, that's just so special. We have a lot of clients, obviously, that do destination weddings, right? So if you can imagine, we're always like, take your shoes off. You're going to the beach to get married, and it's like that whole ritual just changed with what you're offering.
Oh, thank you. I love that. And you're so right. Because we can even bless everyone's shoes, right?
Everyone's shoes. I love it. Well, and you're blessing that path, and everyone's going barefoot down that path. It's just, It's very special. It's very meaningful. And it's something people haven't seen before, which, of course, as planners, we always love that, right? We want people to have
that different element that everyone's talking about. Absolutely.
Yes. So, and what we're doing together, one of the things that we're going to do together is we're doing a subscription box for brides. And when I saw your products, I was obsessed. And I was, of course, running a retreat at the time. So I didn't really have a lot of time to even go through everything I wanted to, but I knew we were going to do something together. And so these beautiful little boxes, you call them blessed boxes, correct?
Correct. Blessed boxes. That's
blessed
right.
Boxes. Hello, darling, in gold on the outside. They're so perfect. They have beautiful little, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see them, but you have your own sage, you have your own crystal, you have your own, this one has lavender and rose petal. It's so pretty. Now, this is what happens to me when something this pretty comes to me. I never want to use it. I'm like, oh, no, you can't have it. You can't touch it and you can't use it.
Right.
I know now, as I get older, we need to use the things that we're saving, because really, what are we saving them for?
Well, the one good thing about the one that comes in the blessed box is that it can actually also be used as just a sachet if you want to use it that way. And I did that particularly with the having the lavender element with it. So, if someone doesn't want to burn it, it's okay. I get it. But
it's my sacred little, I'm being very gentle with this because this is actually going in a box, but I want guests to be able to see how unbelievably beautiful and intricate these pieces are. And I actually just had my my home saged and blessed this weekend. And so she came and she did the, a saging and just a clearing and energy clearing, because my home is for sale in Florida. And I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And it was pretty, but it was not as pretty as these. So you do such a nice job. I love them. I love them. I love them. So that is a little piece of what you're getting from 615 Vibe in the bridal subscription boxes. And then you get these beautiful little bubbles that say play, slay, and namaste.
That's right. That was actually my first product, and that came about because I feel like people sometimes need a visual when they want to, manifest and meditate. And when you're, because you can literally breathe into the bubbles the thing that you want to come into fruition, or if there's something that you're wanting to release, being able to see that physically go away or go into the universe to play and make things happen is so satisfying, for one thing. And then also it's just it elevates your mood, because I read somewhere, and I agree, that it's impossible not to smile when you say bubble. So if nothing else, it's a little boost in your day, but it's something that you can take along with you just, throughout your day. And if you have a little stressful moment, blow through your little bubbles, and then, again, you make yourself happy, and people around you always get tickled around them. So, but one thing I wanted to say too is, so you notice there's a rose quartz also included on your on the sweet and smolders in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when I was making these, I was obviously like saying little blessings over all of them, and for all the good hopes and wishes for the people and the brides and grooms and partners that would be receiving them. And this would be good for a good message for like the bridesmaids that may not yet have a fiance. But I have, and I'm not engaged. Let me not go there. But I did meet someone recently. Like,
oh, you brought your own blessings into your work. Brought your blessings.
I did it to myself, exactly. And so anyway, and he is incredible, and we'll have to see where we are a year from now.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. I'm gonna like surround myself with all of these before they get put in boxes and see what happens.
Exactly. All the lows. But I was so tickled because it was completely out of the blue. And a surprise. So, which is the best kind. So,
isn't that awesome? I love it. The first thing I always ask my clients is, I need to know how you met. Like, how did you meet? Childhood friends, met at work. Like, I just don't know. I love the stories. I always love the stories.
Absolutely. Well, because that builds the moment going forward. Like, when you're planning the wedding, I mean, to know those little tidbits, I mean, can bring elements into the event, to the wedding, that you might not have otherwise known to put in, and it just changes everything. And so I agree. And of course, it's just fun to know the stories.
It is. And for me, destination weddings, a lot of times clients, as you know, will want to either return to where they met or go somewhere that they maybe went together, traveled to for the first time, or somewhere that goes back to childhood memories. So it always helps me to kind of know that background and pull from and make sure we're planning them an event that obviously is meaningful, which is what this all comes down to, right? Like the intention and the meaningful behind this partnership and this coming together, I love it. And I feel like it's the dynamics, obviously, of weddings changed so much in the past 2.5 years with everything that everyone went through. It's now more important than ever to make sure that we're remembering why people are coming together and what that really celebrates. And so the subscription box and the pieces that are going into it are very important to me, and obviously extremely important to you too, which is why I love that we're doing it together. Candles that are being infused with rose quartz as well, which I'm not even sure you knew. So I love that whole, yeah, that's crazy. I love it.
So much, like all of this, like it's so synchronistic, like all the things.
Yes.
Fun.
And, if you are watching and you're going to be a Nashville bride, or you're actually, as most people might know, Nashville is the hottest bachelorette party market on the planet. You can reach out to Jennifer. All of her contact information is going to be provided to you with this podcast as well, but she can just put such a beautiful element on your weekend. It doesn't all have to be, cowboy hats, white mini boots, a lot of alcohol on Broadway. That could be a part of it.
We can help you get ready for all of that, because 100%, if you don't already practice yoga, but if you do, you get this, because you will do all your moves on the dance floor way better, and you will be more confident going out after you do some yoga and get connected. And It's a thing.
I love it.
Like,
I love it.
We can help you on the back end too if you just need to like chill out before you get home. So, and
Well,
get if you have any negative vibes coming back, just because all that Broadway, get all that off of you.
Yes, there definitely should be a pregame and a postgame to those weekends, right? Like prepare yourself and then cleanse yourself to go home and just be like, okay, what's next?
That's right.
Oh, that's so fun. If you have do you have a favorite memory of planning one of your special weddings or events that comes to mind that you might want to share? Something unique, maybe?
Oh gosh, there's so many. That's an on-the-spot question too. Well, I'll just say this. This is because this kind of blankets all of the weddings I've ever done, from like even on camera, like on screen weddings, to your mega weddings, to your very intimate. The one thing that I love the most is the bridal bouquet. And even if I had like, 40 people helping me design a wedding, I would be like, no one's touching the bridal bouquet but me. Like, that's my baby, because I love that moment. And also the designing of it, to, coordinate with the gown or put something special in the bouquet, and having that moment with the bride, because when we're little girls, we dream of that moment, of the gown, all the things, maybe who's at the end, whatever. Definitely your gown and what you're carrying. And to me, that's just the most intimate moment and the sweetest moment I have across the board with all of my brides. And that's when and it's so funny, of all the things you do, whenever when I get notes back from people, they'll always comment on the bridal bouquet, and that it's the most photographed piece of your wedding, like in terms of flowers, that's your most photographed piece, and it's the one that's closest to you the whole time, and it's the one you'll probably carry with you, in some form or fashion for the rest of your life. You'll have it around. And so anyway, that to me is always the coolest thing. But
I love that. And I love now that you've taken a piece of that, which means so much to you, and adding it into, like you said, keeping a piece of it for your swoon and smolder is how I'm saying it correct. The sticks are the swoon and smolder.
I say swoon because they're so beautiful, and then smolder because that's what we're doing with them. So
I love it. Do you find a lot of people still preserve their bouquets?
They always do. Well, especially now with the new design trends, some of the elements are already preserved, which is great.
Yes.
It makes that whole process much easier. So everyone wants to keepsake, and so people are putting them in jewelry. They're or they're they still do the shadow boxes, or even just pressing in like really cool books, and having the books that maybe they keep around, and then they'll find them from time to time. Everyone has their own personal way that definitely people want to preserve. And so again, that this was a way I thought you could preserve and also share them, because quite a few could be made out of one bouquet, and you could we could send one to each set of parents, your siblings, or whatever. But and those can be like your Christmas gift for that year or something. But and then obviously you would keep one or two for yourself. But it's another way to do that, and to create a tradition as well, and a ritual between your new partner and in your life.
Oh, I love that so much. Again, it's just so meaningful, and that's what we really want. For us, we've been doing weddings for so long. We're not cookie cutter planners or creators. So we always want to make sure we're providing our client a very curated and unique experience.
Exactly.
And to me, when you're doing things like that and you're preserving those elements, it just carries on your celebration for so long. Like nobody wants the day to end.
Right. And bringing it into your lifestyle, because everything is so lifestyle driven now. Like people's weddings literally speak to their lifestyles. So if this is something that works into yours, I mean, even better, and then we're adding something a little different. But yeah, lifestyle is a thing.
Yeah. And being guided and taught yoga, going back to that side of what you do, that gift, that is something so intimate that you can do with your partner. Like, I know a lot of people, guys are like, I'm not doing yoga, it's a girl thing. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, how fun can it be to learn that and have that be your everyday together? Like, just amazing.
Well, I'm sorry, Tom Brady and, George Clooney and, Eddie George, actually any athlete, they're not, okay, they take ballet, some of them, for agility, but they'll do yoga regularly because it helps center them mentally. It physically, it's strengthening. And then, it's all the things. They do everything better. They perform better. And so yeah, fellas.
I love that.
No excuse.
Get over it and get with the program.
Right. Well, and I have a vibe called a broyo, and it's for the guys because, and that's another thing. Like, we can start off a bachelor weekend the same way, and then we can have a bourbon tasting,
That's so great. See, all of these fantastic things. And again, it's about the experience. Like, everybody can come to Nashville and go hang out on Broadway. Yes, of course, you're going to do that. But create an experience. Exactly.
And we have these really cool caves around here that we can do yoga in. It's not just going to a rooftop. It's not just like being at the Airbnb. Like, we can actually make it like an adventure. And so, anyway, that's something we can talk about if you're interested. So
I love that. And we're going on one of our own little adventures coming up in October when we're headed to Sedona for our next retreat. So how amazing is that going to be? I know this is more about the wedding side of everything, but if you have a bachelorette that you're thinking of planning in Sedona, or you're thinking of a destination wedding in Sedona or a bachelor party, let us know, because we're going to be there in October for another event we're doing, but we can always plan around that for something else to happen if we need to for clients. So just planting those seeds, putting it out there to the universe. You never know.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh, Jennifer, it's always so nice to talk to you. You have worked with some really big names. One of my huge mentors, and I actually got to meet Colin Cowie once during an event with a client, just an amazing person. But I know you worked with him on his team very closely, and you've worked with so many other amazing people. You're so talented and gifted. I'm very grateful to have crossed paths with you. Thank you.
I appreciate the opportunity so much. This was a blessing from the beginning. So this is good stuff. I love it.
All good stuff. Well, you look beautiful. I love your flowers behind you. You even have a little flamingo hanging out, it looks like, over there. It makes me feel.
Yeah, that's Flossie. I took champagne out of her.
I love it. I love it.
Such a girl.
You are. That's what I love. So just keep in mind, ladies, within the next couple of weeks, the subscription boxes, the bridal retreat boxes are going to be ready, and you're going to get a little piece of Jennifer's love, a little piece of our love, and they're going to be amazing. So stay tuned for that. We, of course, hope your wedding goes just as planned, and we will have all of Jennifer's contact information posted, so you can reach out to her directly. She does ship everywhere as well. I know, because I just received a most amazing shipment from her. So don't feel like if you're not in Nashville that you can't work with Jennifer. So thank you again. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
See you soon.
All right. Bless your journey. Bye.
Bye.